Did the Backrooms movie actually do justice to the Backrooms? Now, before I get into this, I want to make something clear. I wasn't walking into this movie blind. I've played games like Backrooms Found Footage and Lost and Found. I've watched creators like IGP cover liminal horror for years, and I'm pretty familiar with Kane Pixels' version of the Backrooms. But I'm not judging this movie based on whether it copied Kane, because the truth is, the Backrooms can kind of be whatever people want them to be. Different lore, different rules, different horror. So the real question for me was simple. Did this movie succeed at being its own version of the Backrooms? The movie follows Carl, a furniture store manager who ends up trapped inside the Backrooms alongside with his assistant manager and her boyfriend as they try to survive an endless maze of impossible spaces. And first off, the atmosphere absolutely nailed. The set design is genuinely fantastic. The fluorescent lights, the weird emptiness, the uncomfortable feeling that something is deeply wrong. It all works. There are multiple moments where I thought, yep, this feels like the Backrooms. And honestly, liminal horror is hard to pull off. You need spaces that feel familiar, but deeply unsettling. And visually, this movie gets that. But here's where the movie lost me. There's barely a story. And I'm not asking for some giant lore dump, but this is still a movie. And I just never really cared about the characters. Carl's okay, the others are there, but nobody felt memorable enough to get invested in. And when that happens, the tension suffers. Now, this is the only place I'll compare it to Kane Pixels. Kane's videos captured a very specific kind of anxiety, that horrible feeling of being chased through a place that doesn't make sense. The kind of fear where your brain is screaming, run, but the environment itself feels impossible. And for me, the movie never fully recreated that feeling. It looked like the Backrooms, but it rarely felt dangerous, or unpredictable, or generally stressful. Eerie? Absolutely. Terrifying? No, not really. The other issue is that the movie hints at bigger ideas, lore, mystery, something deeper underneath, hidden, perhaps. But it never fully commits. So if you don't already know much about the Backrooms, you might leave feeling a little disconnected. So, my Critically Weekly score is a 4.9 out of 10. The atmosphere, fantastic. The story, the characters, the tension, all pretty lacking. But the real question, was it worth watching? If you already love the Backrooms lore or liminal horror, yeah, there's definitely something here. But if you're expecting a terrifying horror experience, you might walk away feeling a little lost.